Welcome back, everybody. We're at SPX 2023.
Still 23. You went really slow on that.
Yeah, I had to be sure.
2023?
I questioned it earlier. It is indeed 2023.
I'm Joe.
And with us we have
Travis Nichols.
Travis, welcome
Thank
back
you
to
so
SPX.
Welcome back
so
to
much.
SPX, buddy.
I'd say 20-year anniversary, but I took about 12 years off, I think.
You know what? That's fine.
That's what you do with all good relationships.
Every year that you weren't here, you were here in spirit.
I felt that way. Thank you. Yeah. I've missed it a lot. It's a spiritual journey coming back here, so
we're glad to have you.
Now, on this journey you've been on, you've made a lot of stuff.
That's true.
And you got new stuff that you've made.
Yeah. I have some new books and some new comics and things. I have a bookstore on a bike, but it's here without the bike. It's just on my table.
What? Just a bookstore.
I have a bookstore on a bike. That's like a big contraption I built, and peddle my wares around New York and expos and things.
So you pedal and pedal.
I pedal and pedal.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Homophone.
Yeah. I mean, that would be reason enough to do this whole endeavor.
That's right. It's not fun to ride, but it's fun to do.
Oh, like life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what inspired you to do a comic bike?
What inspired me to do a bike?
Yeah, for the bike.
I guess just like wanting to get back out there, which is another reason to like come back and do shows again more.
Mm-hmm.
I just miss talking to people more face to face because making books and comics is it can be a very kind of solitary, hermititious.
Everybody
endeavor.
says it nowadays. Yeah. Everything's hermititious.
So it's fun to get outside and talk to people.
What sort of encounters have you dealt with?
I talk about the bike a lot, which is good. I mean, it's a marketing, it's a scheme.
Sure.
It's like
it creates its own conversations.
But it's fun because I get to talk to people about woodworking and bikes and all that kind of stuff. It's maybe even more so than about the books, which is fine because it's fun to talk about. I had a lot of fun building it and stuff. But yeah. I don't even remember if that was what your question was, but
I was just like, what sort of encounters? Like, because you run into somebody and you're like, let me tell you about these books. Also, yes, this bike is amazing.
Yes, that's it. And people ask how it is to ride it and things like that. It's not fun.
No,
It's like when you get off a boat and you still feel like you're on a boat for about an hour after I get home after riding it, or I feel like I'm gonna tip over and it's gonna be a problem, even though so I want to sit on the couch, but I'm like, oh wait, I'm not in danger.
I'm safe. It's okay.
Maybe you should do a bookstore on a couch then.
It's a great idea.
Because then you don't have to get used to it.
Yeah, I'm very used to sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
Destroying my back actually.
Much like a bike, you never forget. Once
true.
Once you do a couch.
So my butt on this part, right?
Where do I put my feet?
Guys, I think I got this. This is working out.
Oh,
I mean, you see kids try to learn how to sit on a couch. It's just so funny.
Yeah. So sweet, their first time.
Their first time.
Upside down.
Wait, have you guys seen the thing where people go to put a baby on grass?
Oh, and they lift their feet up.
And they go whoop.
Yep.
That's how you get on your bike, right?
Basically.
You just get lowered onto it and your feet gradually raise
Just
up.
like an old action figure where their legs just stick out.
Yes, the exact same thing.
Exactly. Like
So it's only been about half the day so far, but how has the show treated you upon your return?
It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. It's packed, but good packed. My table is completely unmanned, but it's probably fine.
Sure. It's fine.
It's been steady and fun to talk to people. A lot of cool people from all over, and I actually met someone who lives in my neighborhood.
That's awesome.
Randomly 5 hours away, which is.
Do you think they followed you here?
Now that you say that, I'm a little concerned. So I'll be all.
Now that I've said it, I'm also concerned. We helped out distributing flyers and posters for the show in the local area, and Rusty was handling the points of contact. Hey, you live an hour away, we'll mail it to you, or if you're close, once you stop by
Come pick it
our
up.
home.
'Cause Joe and I had him at our apartment. Come pick him up.
And one of the people said, oh yeah, this is your address, and then my address, and it was the next building over from us where we
He
live.
literally lived next to us.
I love it.
That was
Small
weird
world.
and amazing.
Yeah. It was can you come by at 8? And we just watched, and he came out of his patio and walked over to us.
Oh man.
Smallest world.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah, and we found out he did follow us there, and that's why he moved in.
That makes sense. Yeah, it was a long con. is what
Oh,
it was,
so long.
So,
Goodness gracious.
what kind of comics have you been up to?
So the main series I have right now is called The Terribles. It's illustrated short stories and comics, and they're like collections with kind of a story arc through the whole thing. It's about a group of monster kids on an island, and kind of each story kind of focuses on a different kid. And then there's 3 books. The third one actually comes out in 2 weeks. And that's been my main thing for the past 3 years.
That's a lot of work and time.
That is.
It's a lot, but I've been gathering ideas for that for the past decade.
Wow.
And then finally kind of pitched it out there. I even spent 3 months drawing for the pitch, and then my iPad crashed, and for some reason I had never backed it up, and then I redrew it. So it was it was kind of worth it to me to. So back up your files.
Yes.
Would you say
In 2
that there was
places.
a benefit to having to redraw it, though?
It was better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not better enough. It would have been fine. It would have been fine the
It
first
wasn't
time.
5
Not
weeks
3
better.
months better, but
Yeah, it was better, and I did a few things differently, but it probably still would have happened.
Sure.
yeah.
But back up your files in 2 places.
If you learned one thing today, that's
yes.
it.
Do you also have to have a backup bike?
That's actually a really good idea. I have thought about that. I spent a lot of time building the shop, and if it breaks, I guess I could probably build it faster the second time.
Well, I would think you probably drew the things faster, too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you had an idea of where everything was going to go.
Yep.
Even if you adjusted things, it would be most of it you would still
I
have
should
a
probably
plan of action.
I probably should crank out a second bike and a second shop, maybe
yeah.
and franchise it.
I was just going to say, all those people that ask you, how is it to write it, now they can find
Yeah.
out.
You can find out for yourself with my new franchise program,
Your LLC.
my LLC, and let's make it happen. We can get these book bikes in every.
Now, would they be forced to carry your books?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
that makes.
I mean,
That
yeah.
makes the most sense.
come on.
Yeah, you got to sell a Big Mac if you're franchising a McDonald's.
I can parcel out a little section.
Sure.
That's very kind of you. That's nice.
That is really nice.
It's very
That's so
gracious.
generous.
Call it a staff pick, and then they can they can have their own book in there. But
Man.
primarily,
This-
Have you guys noticed that all the people that drive the bookstores on a bike, they all have the same staff pick?
that's right.
That book must be amazing.
Yeah. How's the show been going for you guys though?
It's been going well.
Good.
We have had an abundance of new people. This is their first SPX.
First years, yeah.
Which is really fun and really exciting because I don't know what it's going to be like for them because I know what mine was like. I know,
Yeah.
we had that experience, but it's a different show now.
Yeah, that was so many years ago. It's
I talked to a guy in the elevator who was very excited. I think it was his second year. And he's just like, oh, you excited? You excited? I was like, yeah. And he's like, have you done the show before? And I was like, yeah, I did it 20 years ago. And as soon as I said those words out loud, I was like, ugh.
You're like, oh wow. Well, yeah. A guy earlier that I had talked to, I'd seen around, hadn't been introduced, and he goes, yeah, my wife and I've been coming forever, 10 years.
Yeah.
And a mutual friend that had introduced me was like, yeah, these guys have been coming since way back when, and I was like, yeah, since the third show.
The third, and
And
that was
96. And the guy was just like, oh, Jesus, okay.
Is that
Yeah.
the year I was born? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's impressive, but also worrying.
I mean, let's keep it going though, right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
It's just easier to keep doing it this way.
the first
Yeah,
con on the moon.
Oh my
Jill and
God!
Rusty.
Yeah.
We're planning for it.
First
That's-
bookstore on a bike on the moon.
Now that's probably another 20 years down the
Yeah.
road after the
You definitely would need a different bike.
Like a lunar rover with books on the back of it.
a lunar rover.
I do think it would be harder to move the product there, though.
Yeah.
Not
well,
a lot of
Not
people
much foot
hanging
traffic,
around.
yeah.
The weight wouldn't be as much of a problem as it is
Oh, it might
currently.
be easier to ride.
No.
Yeah,
true.
it would be
But there-
6 times better.
But
Like
there
6
could be a
times-
different after effect when you're sitting on the couch.
Yeah, you get back on
That's
the couch,
true.
it's like,
Oh God, I was sitting on the couch, felt like I was on the moon.
I think I'm going to bounce off this thing.
Oh man, it's so scary.
totally different
I'm just gonna
adjustments to
spin
make.
off into the ceiling. So how many books are you gonna make?
Of this series, it's 3, and then I think if it goes well, more will come out.
Yeah.
So far, it's 3.
Have you thought about doing 37 of them?
I mean, I would do 37 of them.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like
Okay.
it's like my favorite thing I've ever done.
Wow.
But then a lot of it is kind of up to like the publisher, and,
Sure.
you know. But
But
I'm
you're
kind
not
of nuts
tired
about
of
it. Like I would buy, you know, I'd get the rights back and then like do more. I'm kind of, I like it a lot. But I'm working
awesome.
on some other stuff too. But
That's cool.
these kids are like they're a lot of fun to write and draw and yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked to you before,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Do we have a mystery machine filled with mystery questions?
I was just looking at this. I don't think
Oh,
I
that's
don't think
exciting,
I've
man.
seen the mystery machine in action
This
before.
is a new era.
Would you like to answer a mystery question?
I'd love to.
All right, let's do it.
Fantastic.
Do I have to provide my own quarter for
No,
it?
no, no.
That
we
is all
got
taken
this.
care of. So, Jesus. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we have
And now-
the big quarter truck.
Oh,
It's
There
gonna
we
crash.
go. Oh,
'cause
it's
the-
stuck.
come
yeah.
on, guys.
We removed our ramp.
I had a ramp
So if you
set
can
up.
open up the back hatch, you'll find a quarter just for you.
Just for you. There
And
you
with
go.
that, you can buy your own question. Head on back, guys.
Oh no.
Not all
too
the
far.
way, though.
Don't crash.
Okay.
All right, let's get that out your way.
Return to your cave, mystery machine.
Yeah, back in your place, mystery machine.
It's just a series of numbers.
Oh, it's binary.
Oh, what is the first place you ever got lost? Okay, believe it or not, the first place I ever got lost was on the island where they filmed Gilligan's Island.
What?
That's incredible.
They filmed it in like a studio, but there's an
Right.
island for like exterior
Yeah, outdoor
shots.
stuff, yeah.
There was like that big red boat cruise, the like Disney cruise thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did when I was like 8, and my like family, like we get off the boat, we're on this island, this like pirates like like up in the like on a cliff, and they just for some reason my parents let me wander off, and I found a hammock, and I just like relaxed on the hammock, and then I don't know, an hour or two later I hear like the cruise ship honking, and I look around and there's no like signs of this being an island where there are things to do. Like I'm
Right.
just like on a hammock in the middle of nowhere. And so I just start wandering on this island. I hear the horn of the ship again. I look over this cliff and there's the boat and I have no idea how to get to it. They're pulling up the
Oh my.
rails on it or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to be stuck on this island where they filmed Gilligan's Island.
This Gilligan's Isle.
This
This
Gilligan's
is such a
Island.
boy's adventure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, I think I can make this work. I think I can do that. There's a t-shirt shop, so I've got clothes.
Yeah.
There was probably food. But I was like, this
yeah.
is my
Well, the
life
people that
now.
run the t-shirt shop have to eat.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's infrastructure somewhere there.
I got a job.
Oh my God, yeah.
That could have been my whole life. But I just started running, and then finally I saw my dad like, and then they threw me on the ship. But yeah, that was my first,
That's an amazing
Wow.
tale.
It really is.
all for a 3-hour tour or something. Is that what it was? A 3-hour tour? I was
It
trying
was,
to make
yeah.
a joke.
They repeated it a lot at the end of the song just to mess with you.
A 3-hour tour.
Like,
a
you
3-hour
know
tour.
what this was supposed to be. So that when we start the show, you're going to be
Yeah.
like, wow, that's not like that at all.
Yeah, Gilligan's Isle.
Man.
That's crazy.
I mean, I kind of wish you'd have been stuck there for a little longer.
At least a few days.
Yeah, but like
something,
with the
yeah.
safety
I
net.
would have been on the news if it was a few
Oh,
days.
can you? How cool would that have been? I was the boy lost on Gilligan's Island.
The Gilligan boy.
The Gilligan boy.
A child was found working a t-shirt shop on a Bahamian. Well, that was a lot of fun. The Mystery Machine.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Are you satisfied with your
I
mystery
feel
question?
very satisfied
Oh, good,
by that.
okay.
Thank you so much. That was a great question for me.
It was a great answer.
I looked at the example questions. I was prepared, and then I got a mystery question that worked out. Pretty good day for me here at SPX.
The magic of SPX.
It's very fun to write the mystery questions. Spoiler, we write the mystery questions.
Yeah,
And but sometimes we get a little too smart ass for our own good.
Yeah.
not you guys.
Like one of them
Yeah,
was
unbelievable, right?
One of them, the words were just, I don't know how to read. And it was a pretty, I mean, we'd forgotten we had written that, and it was like a year or two after we wrote it. It's been in the machine, and this poor lady gets it.
so some of these are like pre.
I would say
23.
last year, because it was the first show in a few years, I did a full clean out.
They're
I went
refreshing,
through
yeah.
any that I didn't think were fun anymore, I just got rid of, and we added some new ones. And there's even fresh ones from this year.
Yeah.
So there was like a 2019 question in there that was
Oh,
like, isn't it
absolutely.
Oh, cool that nothing bad will ever happen in the next
isn't
few
the world
years?
great? And there's no worries whatsoever.
How much do you love coughing on folks?
Oh, but yeah. So we'd set the one up, and it just said, "I can't read." And the idea was it was just to set up a joke, so that when they say "I can't read," we go, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to put you in this position.
We shouldn't have put you in this position on camera." And then she goes on to tell us about how her father was against women learning.
Oh boy.
And she had trouble like with literacy until she was like in her teens.
Yeah.
And it was this incredible deep answer to the dumbest shit we've ever just like put into a capsule.
It was incredible.
That sounds like oh no, what have we done? But then it was like, oh wow, what a beautiful
absolutely
story.
And almost through no help of ours. Like we
yeah.
We
Despite
made her, we
ourselves.
painted a terrible room.
Yeah.
And she just found matching furniture. It was great. Now, if someone wanted to find out more about your books and they are also on the internet,
Yes.
where could they go?
I am TravisNichols.com, like I'm introducing myself.
Oh, okay.
Very courteous.
Or I am Travis Nichols on Instagram.
Now, when they go there, are they then Travis Nichols? Because that's what they're typing.
They are then legally
Wow.
Travis Nichols. Yeah,
It's like signing an agreement.
my lawyers are going nuts, but we can't change it.
Oh, you're such a rebel, man.
You're locked in.
I'm like, I don't care. There can
It's
be
like
more of me.
some people steal identities. You betroth them, man.
I'm
You're
like
just
just
giving
distributing those identities. Yeah,
Wow.
take it, please.
Go for
And
it.
that also leaves you free to commit crimes.
That's actually
Oh, I
really
like that.
that's a good point.
No matter what you tell them about me, tell them my name.
Tell them my
World
name.
of alibis.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sitting with us.
Thanks for having
Yes,
me.
this is great.
It's great to be back and great to hang out with you guys again.
It was
Very
great to
happy to
see
see
you
you.
again.
So-
Thanks for coming back.
Of course.
We've been waiting for decades.
I'm here now.
Clearly.
That's all that matters.
And I'm just gonna be here. I'm gonna get me a mask with my name on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
I'm not going
this
no
is
way.
his island now.
Join the crew.
You are
His
now.
dad is not here to get him.
Oh, daddy.
No, if you see this, it's too late.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.